2012 was an up-and-down year for the Bonnyville Pontiacs. The team lost 9 of its last 10 to limp into the playoffs last February to sitting atop of the AJHL standings after the first month of the 2012-13 season. It has also been a year of change for the club, with a new assistant GM and associate coach, and the mid-season addition of NHLer Mark Letestu to the coaching staff. Clayton Brown sat down with head coach Chad Mercier to talk about the year that was.
The first 2 months of 2012 weren't kind to Chad Mercier and his Bonnyville Pontiacs. Injuries plagued the team as they stumbled into the playoffs on one of the worst losing streaks in Pontiac's recent history.
We were on pace to break win records, point records, up until, like you say, our last, I think we were 2-9-2 or something like that in our last 13 games. And so, you know, I think a lot of factors played into that, but certainly very disappointing. We ended up going to 5th and final game of the first round. You know, probably played our worst game of the series in that game. Unfortunately, got behind 3-0 and just couldn't come back. I thought once we got down 3-0, I thought we played extremely well. We just dug ourselves too big of a hole.
The disappointing end to the 2011-2012 campaign left a bitter taste with fans, the organization, and the players. But Mercier says there was a lot to take from the end of the season to build on.
The guys are in the room. It's a good learning experience for. One, don't take anything for granted. We were having a season last year that, like I say, was going to be the best, or going to be, we were on pace for the best all time in franchise history. Ran into a ton of injuries, ran into some different things, got away from some things, and then we got into playoffs, and I believe by game 2 we were down 4 defensemen. And you know, so you don't take anything for granted, and you make sure that you take advantage when you have a chance.
During the offseason, Mercier was even busier than usual with the departure of assistant GM and associate coach Ryan Pollock. But the Pontiacs GM was quick to find a replacement, naming Rick Swan to the position.
He's got a lot of experience, not only as a player, but also you know, as a coach, and he's been able to jump in feet first and really get into it. And I think the biggest change is there's 2 separate personalities between Rick and I, and having some of his own ideas and ways that he does things, and having a different approach. The message is the same, but maybe a different approach, I think, has also been a very good thing.
Swan isn't the only new face behind the bench, though. While the NHL lockout has created sheer frustration among most hockey fans, Bonnyville has been able to take advantage of the situation as former star Pontiac and current Columbus Blue Jacket Mark Letestu joined the coaching staff.
Arguably, he's the face of this franchise, and I think individually for the players, for him to send the message to make them understand that how difficult this game can be every day. You know, just learn how to roll with it and learn how to enjoy that part of it, and instead of fret over it, I guess, and just be prepared to be at your best every day, and that's the expectation. He certainly have helped our individual players understand that that's the way the game is, and I think he's made a big impact in the short time that he's been here.
The Pontiacs are sitting 2nd in the North Division and 3rd in the AJHL as they head into 2013. But Mercier knows there's things they need to work on in the new year if they want to stay near the top.
We need to improve on defending, and I believe that's the area of the hockey club that we got to defend them, or improve the most on. And I think once we improve our defending and make more of a team effort and picking our pace up every shift and doing our jobs, I think you're going to see our offensive production pick up. And we've shown the ability to win a lot of one-goal hockey games, which come playoff time is a huge bonus.
In Bonnyville, Clayton Brown, Newcap Sports.